Device levels, percent versus decimal. We're taking a look at a small but potentially confusing change in Audacity's interface in this edition of Stuart's Audacity Tips. I'm all about making sure we can communicate clearly when talking about tech issues. This is one of that kind of tip. It can save time and confusion. Share it around. Part of the development of Audacity 3.x has been the introduction of a streamlined interface. This includes things like hiding some of the toolbars by default, moving some of the old tools from a toolbar into the track interface, and combining the device-level controls with the device-level monitors. I've talked about the device-level controls sliders and how they're no longer on their own toolbar, but I haven't talked about a small but important change in those sliders. Since the introduction of Audacity over 2 decades ago, the input and output levels have been expressed as decimal values. We've gotten in the habit of talking about setting the input or mic level to 0.7, for example. But as of version 3.2.2, that has changed. Now the levels are expressed as percentages, so that same level setting would be 70%. This may seem trivial, but when I'm helping someone set up their Audacity environment, it can be confusing if I'm telling them to use 0.7 and all they see is percentages. The other thing that has changed about those sliders is their tooltips. When you hovered over the slider in previous versions, the tooltip would read recording level or playback level. As of 3.2.2, the tooltips now show the value of the current setting. This is a very useful improvement. Here's what the new control looks like. One other thing to note, when you double-click on the slider handle to type in a value, my preferred way of setting the desired level, the dialog box shows a percentage value but doesn't put a percent sign on it. You have to remember that 70 in the new versions is the same as 0.7 in the old. That's it for this edition. Hope it helps. I'm Stuart.